Welcome everyone to the city council meeting, the last one of July. Another nice summer day out there. At this time, the chair will take a motion to approve the agenda as submitted.
So moved.
Second?
I have a motion by Merle, second by Bill. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. That moves us on to item 5 this evening, public input. Citizens may speak to issues not on the agenda. Before speaking, please give your name and address for the minutes. Please limit your comments to 3 minutes. Since we don't have a packed house, we'll move on. That moves us on to item 6, the consent agenda. Items of this area of the agenda may be adopted or they may be removed and placed on the business area of the agenda for discussion purposes before approving. For the folks at home, I will read the consent agenda. Item A is the just and correct claims for the accounting period ending July the 17th, 2015. Item B are the meeting minutes for the July 7th, 2015 City Council meeting. Item C, Resolution 2139, accepting donation for the fire department. Item D, Resolution 2140, ordering feasibility report for West Side 2 Public Improvement Project. And item E, set up initial budget workshop. Are there any items anybody wishes to bring down to council business? Since there's no discussion or nothing that anybody wants to bring down, I'll take a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
I'll second that.
Motion by Merle, second by Bill. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? There is nothing listed under council business this evening, so we'll move on to reports. Mr. Maroney.
I have nothing, thank you.
Chief is not here tonight. Ron?
I've got a few items. For council's information, the generator went live 2 weekends ago, July 11th, and everything went well. We had on-site computers as ready for any computer issues that we had, but between the police department staff and everyone else that was involved, it was a successful install and test. We will be looking at how to screen that generator. It doesn't look real pretty from the street, so we'll figure out something there and come back to you with that. An old update is Highway 19, the crossing that we've talked about. I guess it's been talked about since before I started here. Greg Anderson did take proposals at the request of the Public Works Commission and received 0 proposals. So what we've talked about at staff level is to either include it in next year's West Side 2 project, or if there's a grant opportunity through, say, a DNR grant or something else for trails, to include it there where then somebody else is going to pick up a portion of the cost. So we will go accordingly, but for right now, we have no proposals, so no project. During the last legislative session, there was a small cities assistance program that was approved for transportation for cities under 5,000. That cities under 5,000 don't receive municipal state aid from state of Minnesota. I just got our chart yesterday, or our information, and we'll be receiving a little over $51,000 this year. Staff will be meeting to discuss recommendations for you to consider as far as it has to be used on construction or maintenance of streets. Back to on-site, that transition is still going well. We missed Mike, but the transition as far as the technology portion is still going well. Goodhue County is hosting a meeting here Thursday night at 5:30 to discuss the County State Aid Highway 24 extension to 19. That will be at 5:30. They did send out letters to affected property owners, and I believe they might be putting a public notice in this week's Beacon. And our franchise agreement, our attorney Bob Vose with Kennedy and Graven, working on the franchise agreement, has been negotiating with MediaCom. He will be here at our August 4th meeting to provide an update on those negotiations and that whole franchise agreement. That's all I have.
Just a quick question for you, Ron. On that money from the state, is that something that has to be used this year or next year?
I looked at the statute and it didn't say that I could see, and we'll follow up with that.
It may have to be used in the fiscal year. If it's in the state's fiscal year, that would put it out till June of next year that we may have to use it
Good point.
by June the 1st of next year. Or July, June 30th.
They're splitting it into 2 different payments, I think Linnell said. So we'll have already seen, or we will see if we haven't already, the first half of that, and we'll see the rest of it at the end of the year. So we'll have the money in hand. So let them come and try and take it.
Nothing.
Nothing.
I have nothing.
I have nothing.
Nothing.
Sir, you just came in. Did you want to address the council on something this evening, or?
Yes, I did.
And if you would sign in and give us your name?
My name is Mark Lockwich. I live at 648 Union Court. And we just completed our Cannon Falls, just had a nice state fair function. And they had a tractor pull. They got over at 1:30 in the morning. I'd like that to be over by 10 o'clock or 10:30 at the latest. So I'd like to know if you could keep that in mind for next year.
We will do that.
Do we have any authority to?
It can be discussed with them. I mean, to be good neighbors. I mean, not everybody goes to tractor pulls or cares for tractor pulls. And, I mean, the city ordinance does state that after 10 o'clock at night, unless you have special permission, you're supposed to, the sound's supposed to be down.
And Chief McCormick was going to be having some discussions with the Fair Board anyway. So we'll throw that in on the discussion point.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank
Mark,
you.
thanks for letting us know that.
Sure.
Appreciate it. The only thing I have is the chamber breakfast. It is this Thursday morning, 7:30, I think it starts. And they're going to be talking about, DNR's going to be here talking about the Milltowns Trail and out to Billsby and stuff. And I think Dave's going to give an update on a few things. So I plan on being here for that. So
If you can get a seat.
I've heard it's a tough ticket. But that's all I've got for now, unless anybody else has anything. If not, the chair will take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.